seeing that was hard to stop from the Lakers?
They just keep coming at you. I thought we played really great in the first half. We're moving the ball, sharing it, really had our coverages down. But, second half, you got to give it to them. They're a really good team. And, they just kept coming at us, showed a lot of different sets on the offensive end. On the defensive end, they definitely forced us into some tough shots. But we also had, I was looking at it, like how many shots we had go in and out. But we played extremely hard. I was happy about, really how we played in that first half. But one for lack of effort in that second half, I thought we played extremely hard. You can just see why they're, right up there, and if not the best team in the league.
And they have this guy named LeBron James as well. Reconnecting with him, anything that he shared with you?
No, just to keep playing hard, keep my mind, keep my body right, just all the things that you typically say. But that's a brotherhood, that's a bond that can never be broken. And when we saw Tristan and myself up there with him, that's something that we'll always remember and kind of take to our grave. So he's my brother for life, and it is weird playing against him. I think somebody told me this is my first time since. I was in Minnesota before that I've actually played against them. So, it was definitely a different feeling.
Quick turnaround for you guys. You got the Clippers tomorrow. What's the mindset going forward? What do you want to see done differently the next night?
I think we just have to, I know we'll look at film tomorrow, but look at a lot of the good things that we did, the way that we played, and just clean up a couple things that we can do better. I think there's a number of things that we'll be able to see that we can be able to pick apart the Clippers tomorrow night. But it's another good team, a deep team, guys that can really play at a high level, play well at home. So we're going to have to bring it.
Kevin, when it comes to LeBron, sorry, obviously playing against him is different. But are you seeing him at all different than how he was playing when he was with you guys?
I think he just continues to let the game come to him and just has such a good pace about him, especially with this team. I think, depending on the personnel, depending on who's out there and who he's playing with, he can dictate how he's going to play, but at the same time still be himself. So he's just such a brilliant mind when it comes to playing this game. He was calling out some of the sets when we were out there on the defensive end. He's always been able to do that. He's always been an extension of the coaching staff. He's always been a guy that can literally do the 29 other walkthroughs in the league against teams. So he's just a cerebral guy. He's a sponge, and I think that allows him to grow every single year, even if he is a quarter step slow.
With us here with Grant Hill and Rex Chapman, I'm Matt Weiner. We'll hear from John Morant, plus a historic OKC triple-double. Those are both later on. First, though, the best in the West, the LA Lakers at home, as LeBron James was poised to make some history Monday night with one of his old teams in town, that old team being the Cleveland Cavaliers. Anthony Davis still out with that tailbone, and 8 assists as the Lakers put up 81 in the second half, their highest scoring second half of the season. They win at 128-99, sub-500 teams. Here's LeBron after a historic night.
One of the best point guards this game has ever seen. And also one of the toughest as well. Just his upbringing, coming from Chicago, and doing the things that he was able to do out on the floor. From Indiana to going to the Bad Boys in Detroit, and just setting the tone for what he wanted his career to be. So like I said the other day, anytime I'm linked with the greats, and Zeke being one of those, it's just an honor. And I think back to my childhood or where I'm from, and like I said, I just hope I make the greats proud anytime I'm linked with them by me just trying to play the game the right way.
All right, getting back to this game, 81 points in the second half, LeBron. You guys really turned it on after a bit of a slow start. You were more aggressive in that fourth quarter. Looked like you saw something getting to the rim. Just what's getting behind the offense and being able to get going like that in the second half?
Our pace, and it starts with me. I'm the point guard of this team, and early on my pace wasn't that great, and it resulted in us having a 21-point first quarters. So I felt in the second quarter, when I started the second quarter, that I just had to pick up the pace, get us more opportunities, get us more possessions early in the shot clock. And then in the fourth quarter, we had a good lead. I wanted to try to bump it up, be aggressive, bump it up, and see if we can, get the guys on the bench into the game and they can close it out. So that was just my mindset.
Last thing quickly for you, your best three-point shooters have for some reason been your centers. Dwight 3 for 5, JaVale 2 for 3 on the season. I mean, I guess if they're going down, you take it?
Yeah, the way they playing right now, blocking shots, changing shots at the rim, catching lobs, setting screens for all of us. you know, we got a good lead in the fourth quarter. You know, under 5 minutes, they have the right to shoot those things, and they've been knocking them down. So you said 3 for 5 for Dwight and 2 for 3. That's pretty good. That's 5 for 8. That's a pretty good number. So let them keep shooting them.
Here's the list. LeBron James now at number 8. He's got a long way to go to get to John Stockton at number 1. Seems unlikely. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. Seems pretty unlikely, but he could easily crack the top 3. Steve Nash is at 10,335. That's not that far away if he plays 3, 4, 5 more seasons. It's not inconceivable. And by the way, he's already scored more than anybody ahead of him on the assist list. This is how you build a great resume.
Yeah, no, it is. And he has, it's been impressive. I mean, all that he's done in this league, and, you know, from day one. I mean, just playing at an elite level from the time he came in, and even now at 35, all these years, still being productive, still dominating the game, talking about in that interview how he wanted to change the tempo and get more possessions, and just that responsibility of being the best player and being the leader, and then being able to go out and do it on the court after all these seasons. It's impressive, and he's going to be in the top 3 when it's all said and done, I believe. I think he's going to stay healthy and play at a high level for the next 3 or 4 years and get to that number and get up to the top in a lot of these lists in terms of where he's at. But just remarkable career, and he's still getting it done, which is so amazing.
And what's more extraordinary about where he is on this list is you consider the guys in front of them, they're almost always are all pass first traditional point guard types.
Yeah, and you know, the remarkable thing about LeBron is this guy is he almost never fails to make the right to say the right thing in moments like this. He came right out and gives Isaiah credit and for his upbringing and all that. And I just love, he's a historian of the game. But as you see, if you let LeBron get to his spots, and look at this pass. Probes, finds it, but when he plays downhill, look what happens. JaVale with the nice dime right back to him. But that's LeBron pushing the pace, getting this thing up and down the floor. And he said he's their point guard.
Yeah. Good night for LeBron. Good night for the Lakers. There have been a lot of them this season so far. And by the way, in terms of the scoring, he's like 6,000 points ahead of Oscar Robertson, who's next closest to him among the players who have more assists than LeBron James.
It's amazing.
Talking about a lot of different categories, a lot of different columns he's checking off in the career resume. All right, let's check with a lot of different guys.
I just do the fist bump.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, that's easy.
Fist bump is easy.
It's easy, man. It's old school.
Yeah.
He's got choreographed stuff with people all around the league.
Grant and I
as long as he's played.
We've been working on something.
Yeah, I look forward to that later on. Yeah. Lakers outscore the Cavaliers by 30 in the second half when they scored 81. This is that extra gear we talked about as LeBron finishes with 31 and 8 assists. Dwight Howard 15 rebounds, as well as another made threes, 3 of 5 on the season. And the Lakers have now won 9 in a row. I know it's a lesser opponent tonight, but there's something to winning the games you're supposed to win. And as you heard the guys say, the Lakers are now 21-0 against teams under 500.
And it is. It's a mark of a good team. When you take care of business every night, you're supposed to. When a team comes in who has a worse record than you are, a team that's below 500, you're supposed to beat those teams if you're an elite team. And they're taking care of business, doing everything that they're supposed to be doing right now. And I think, look, they had their struggles with the Clips early in the year, but they're trending in the right direction, the Lakers are right now.
Yeah, I mean, the mentality to be able to take care of business against a lesser opponent. And we see all the time, teams being upset, teams, either going on the road or overlooking a team. They've been locked in and engaged. And, we talked earlier tonight about the spirit in that locker room, but there's this, it's almost like they're on a mission. Like and it's surprising because there's a lot of new faces, a lot of new guys. And historically, LeBron going to a new environment, it's taken some time to really gel. And it's like they've gelled from day one. And, it's scary. It's scary to see how together they are as a unit. There's no, other than maybe Kuzma's trainer tweeting something about LeBron, there's been nothing.
No, not much in the way of drama, no.
Yeah, so it's refreshing. I know for LeBron at this point in his career, to be able to just focus on playing and helping your team win and having complete buy-in by everyone. No issues with the coaching. You know, I mean, it's fun to watch. And the Lakers, you know, as you said, a winning team, that's what they do. They take care of business, and they took care of business tonight.
And another win without Anthony Davis in the lineup tonight, still dealing with that bruised tailbone he suffered last Tuesday against the New York Knicks. Again, assuming that some of you weren't there earlier tonight when we talked about this, your thoughts on the Lakers in terms of their roster and what, if anything, needs to be tweaked with the deadline coming up here in a few weeks?
You know, I worry about overall shooting from the perimeter. I mean, I think, you know, obviously.